making a meatless meatloaf. So a meatless meatloaf, I mean, I guess that's what I would call it. I can't call it meatloaf.
Oh, meatless loaf.
Right. Isn't that what I put? Maybe.
Meatless? I don't know. I don't know what you put. That's what I put.
Yeah, I put meatless meatloaf. So that's what I'm making. Super easy. There's no eggs in it. So what you're going to do for me,
okay.
Rick's going to take chickpeas for me, and he's going to put them in the food processor. So you're going to take 2 cans of that, and you're going to get them kind of
draining them?
Drain them. If you want, you can rinse them too. And you're going to pulsate until it's kind of like somewhat grainy.
All right.
So we're going to do that. I'm going to saute right now some onions, some carrots, some celery, and some mushrooms, some baby bells. So I'm going to do that.
You de-stemmed the mushrooms, right?
Not all of them. Some of them I did. Some of them that had like really big stems I took off. You don't have to, because it's going to stay like pieces in the meatloaf. Or now I got to call it meatless loaf.
Well, I think
I'm just going to call it loaf.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't sound right either.
I mean, it is what it is.
All right, so I'm gonna saute this right now. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to the pan, and then I'm gonna add. Then I'm gonna need him to take some stem leaves for me.
Oh, that's
you're gonna have
fun.
to.
I love doing that.
That's a good job for you. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of tomato paste. I'll show you guys as I go. So we're gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. And then we're going to make that topping, like usually it's like ketchup and barbecue sauce on on top of the meatloaf.
You put a little bourbon in the barbecue sauce. That would be fantastic.
Well, I picked up... Yeah.
But that means
I
won't be drinking the bourbon.
Sorry. I picked up the hickory bourbon barbecue.
Oh, all right. Well,
so there'll be a little bit of that in there. Store-bought, totally fine. No one's judging.
All right. So I'm blending the chickpeas in the food processor?
Yes, and then you're going to put them in the bowl.
Do I need no oil or anything?
No, because you kind of want it coarse a little bit.
Okay.
This is going to act like pretty much like our meat, you know? Do you know how to do that again? You always have a hard time with this.
I do have a hard time with this.
There you go.
Every single time.
Okay. I'm going to add my onions and the mushrooms.
All right, I'm gonna blend this real quick. Apologize for the noise.
You get it?
Without the.
That's perfect.
Is it?
Yep, that's perfect.
Oh, that went fast.
All right, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to the onions, the garlic, and the celery, and the mushrooms. Gonna sweat it out.
All right.
Make sure you season every layer.
Julia said, "Happy Mother's Day to you, Roberta."
Oh, thank you. Is she a mama?
Same to you.
Is
yes.
she? Oh, okay. Happy Mother's Day to you. I don't want to say Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Well, to all the moms, even the pet owners. I still consider them mamas too, because you're caring for someone.
Dion's a mother. Let's see.
Okay.
Anybody have any good plans for Mother's Day?
I don't think anybody can really do much.
Well, I mean, yeah. All right.
All right.
Second can going in.
Okay.
I may have dropped a couple chickpeas on the floor.
All right. So if you're just joining, I am making a meatless loaf. It's a meatloaf, but with no meat. So our base is going to be chickpeas, celery, carrots, onions, and that's pretty much it. There's no eggs in it at all either. So
all right, I'm going to blend this real quick.
I'll tell you guys, right now I have the veggies sauteing. Rick's doing the chickpeas for me. This is exactly what I want, kind of like a coarse thing. Okay, sorry. Smells so good.
Yeah, well, just onions in general when you cook onions.
Onions. Oh, we need a little bit of garlic too.
All right, I'll get that.
Okay.
You still have the bulbs? You know where I'm at?
Hmm?
The
What's
bulbs they're down here.
They're right in here, yeah.
Watch where your hand's going.
I was showing... Oh, stop it. All right.
All right, are we using the food processor for anything else? You blending up that?
Nope, no. This is going to all get together. We're going to just add everything together. All right, so you get to do the fun part.
Thyme?
Yep.
Yay.
Well, you know what? I might be able to do it. I can just go like this.
I can do it.
You can just, literally when you're using thyme, it's always a pain in the butt because they're like this. Sometimes you can make a bouquet, which means you're just taking like food twine and you're like wrapping like a bunch of them together to put in like a sauce or a stew. This, all you're going to have to do, I'm going to show it to you guys, when you're taking thyme like this, you're just going the opposite way that it grows. So I literally am removing it by going the opposite way. So there's that, and it leaves the stem on its by itself, you know. I don't even know how to even, what would you even say, right?
You need 2 cloves of garlic.
2 cloves, good.
All right.
And we're just gonna mince that in there.
All right, I'll take care of that real quick.
So when you're sauteing those vegetables, you're just sauteing them until they get like translucent. And then we're gonna start adding the thyme leaves. And then we're gonna add a little bit of tomato paste. And then we're going to add some Worcestershire sauce and Worcestershire, I don't know, something like that. So, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to take that off of the heat, and we're going to put it in with the chickpeas, and that's going to be our base. And then we're going to add a little bit of barbecue sauce in there. We're going to add a little bit of the ketchup in here, and we're going to get that all together into a loaf pan, and then brush it on top with a little bit of the ketchup and the barbecue sauce as well. And that's pretty much it. And then you're going to bake it at 375 for like 45 minutes to an hour, all depending obviously on your oven. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's super simple. No eggs. We are going to put, actually, I think we're going to put a little bit of panko in there just to kind of like stabilize it, you know, just to make sure it doesn't fall apart.
I love panko crumbs. They just
panko crumbs or breadcrumbs. Panko crumbs are my favorite if you're doing like chicken cutlets or pork cutlets. I think they just make it a lot crispier than like traditional breadcrumbs.
Am I tossing this right in?
Yep. All right, and I'm gonna get more thyme in there.
It's funny because you know you have like the earthiness of mushrooms. Like I love mushrooms, but they do not smell great when you cook them at first. Yeah. Until they're
they're already like, now they're kind of broken down a little bit. They're very earthy, you know?
Yep.
So with this, I'm kind of just getting these out of here.
Leo wants you to send him the recipe in Portuguese.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll give me something else to figure out how to do it in Portuguese. All right, let me see.
The translate would probably work fairly well. Google
no, I
Translate.
mean, I can translate it. It's just, you know.
How much of this are we doing?
We're just doing a couple, just, you know, like I said, just kind of take the stem.
All right, here. I'll take care of it.
Okay, you got that.
Maybe.
So you only want a couple of those. Can I just do this real quick?
Yep. You go against the angle, right?
Right. So when you see it, because it grows like this, so it's growing up. And when you go to stem it, you're going down, and it comes right off. It's a pain in the butt, but thyme goes a long way. The smell, and it just goes great with mushrooms and all that. And that's perfect. I don't think we're going to need much more there.
Really?
Yeah, because I already got a couple of these.
No, I'm in front of you here.
Yeah.
You know what I think I need?
What?
Beer.
Already?
Well, it's, you know, afternoon already, right?
You can wait a little bit.
I mean,
this guy.
It's the weekend.
I love to hear Roberta speak in Portuguese. I think I did the other day, right? Didn't I speak in Portuguese?
Yeah, talk about what you're making in Portuguese.
I don't even know how to explain it in Portuguese, what I'm making. Eu tô fazendo meatloaf. I don't know how to say it.
There's no word for meatloaf.
Wait, is my cousin still on? Is Leo still on, my cousin? Because if he's still on, maybe he knows. I don't know if we even make it in Brazil. I don't even think
talk about what's in it then.
What, in real meatloaf or in that?
In this.
Oh, you still have a piece of, what is that we were eating?
That's what I asked.
No, it's on your lip. It's on your lip. It's, we were just eating, seaweed chips. All right. So now I'm going to add about a tablespoon or so of tomato paste into this mixture.
Is it off?
Yes. I don't know where that came from. All right. Here, let me just do this now.
Jess is on.
Jessica! All right. So see how there's brown bits now on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you put the paste in there?
And I put the tomato paste in there. Okay. And now I'm going to add a little bit of the Worcestershire sauce, and that's going to kind of get a little bit of those bits up.
When Roberta does traditional meatloaf, it is like some of the best meatloaf I've ever had. It probably is the best. It's just, she browns it really nice with a crust on the outside, and it's got the barbecue sauce and everything. It's really, really good. Can I speak Italian? No, not really. I mean, maybe I could curse somebody off, but I don't know if I could really do anything.
I think the secret to a good meatloaf, though, is the Worcestershire sauce. Just saying. I love... Is it Worcestershire or Worcestershire?
Worcestershire?
Worcestershire. I always think of Bugs Bunny. Remember? Didn't he say that? No? Did he say that?
I don't know. I saw that there's a new Looney Tunes cartoon coming out that...
Is there?
Yeah, that looks pretty much like the older one.
Yeah.
It looks pretty funny.
All right. So this is pretty much all it is, right there. So all that's in here are the mushrooms, the carrots, the celery, the onions, some thyme, a little bit of the tomato paste, and the Worcestershire sauce. So now we're going to kind of let that somewhat cool. And now the good thing with this is that you're not going to have to put any eggs in. You're not going to have to worry about any of those traditional things that you would do if you were making a meatloaf. So, and we're taking the chickpeas that he processed. He put in the food processor. So.
Rolo di carne.
Right? Rolo di carne. I don't... Mas rolo de carne tem meat, não tem bacon dentro? É enroladinho, eu acho. Sorry, guys, we're talking in Portuguese. See, look, you wanted to hear. I just spoke. Okay. So I just turned this off. So if you could take some barbecue sauce and some ketchup and mix that up for me.
Together or just in the...
Together.
All right.
Together, because we're gonna brush it up on top, and we're also gonna add some to the mixture. Let me just clean this up here.
I love barbecue sauce.
You can make it too from scratch. It's not too complicated.
What's in barbecue sauce?
So it's vinegar, brown sugar. I don't know. Everybody has a different way of making it. Tomato paste, tomatoes.
Ketchup.
Ketchup should be on the bottom.
Got it.
Okay. All right. So we have that. I'm gonna get my panko. All right. Is this one? Or do I have more?
You're doing a 50-50 mixture of the ketchup and
yes.
All right.
And whatever's left, we are just gonna brush it on to the top of that as well. Okay. So I think I'm actually gonna need a little more. We're gonna take about a cup or so of panko crumbs. And that's what I'm going to just put. You're going to put it in the chickpeas? I'm going to put into the chickpeas. I'm going to actually need a little more.
Blended chickpeas.
Blended chickpeas.
All right, I got your...
Just get a little more of the...
Yes, barbecue sauce, ketchup, vinegar, brown sugar, honey, onions.
Yep. All right, here, I'm going to do this. Oh, my phone's ringing.
Is that...
I hate when that happens. I get interrupted.
Does that freeze your video every time that happens?
I think so. All right, so I'm going to add...
Stop being so popular. Nobody calls me. Thank God. I don't like talking on the phone anyway.
All right. So now, can you just...
You get telemarketers, though.
All right.
I like talking to them.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you also take a bunch of parsley, fresh parsley,
Okay.
and chop that up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm adding that mixture. So in there's the panko crumbs, the chickpeas, and that mixture that we made. And now we're gonna add some fresh parsley in here just to give it a little bit of freshness to it. So while you do that, I'll do this.
Well, here, let's switch because you're near the
Okay.
cutting board.
All right. And then I'm gonna add about half of this mixture of ketchup and barbecue into there as well. All right. Now, best tools in the kitchen are your hands. So I'm not gonna obviously be able to show you guys using my hands, but it's vegan. Yeah, it's a vegan. There's no eggs. There's no dairy. Of course, you do have the gluten in there because of the breadcrumbs, but you could totally use like gluten-free breadcrumbs if you want. So yeah, this is something very, very easy to make. You can use like, I think they have like the Beyond, you know how they make the Beyond Burger? So they have Beyond ground meat that you can use too, which is just like a soy base. But I didn't want to use any of that. I just wanted to go straight up vegetable with this one.
Putting this right in there?
Put it right in here.
Is this enough?
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect.
I'll get more.
Yep. So, and I'll show you guys once it's all mixed in. So while I do this, babe,
Yeah.
if you could just, so what I would do, if I had some parchment paper, I would obviously put parchment paper in here, but I don't have any. So what we're going to do is, Rick, spray a little bit of baking soda, and then take a piece,
soda?
or baking spray. Spray that, and then put aluminum foil around, but make sure it's hanging out, because when it's done, for me to take it out, the aluminum foil I can just lift. So I'll show you.
You want to talk about the aluminum foil trick for anybody that didn't hear it the other time?
What?
About the deal with...
The hole in the
Well,
side?
no. The deal with the sticky side.
Oh, okay. So when you're using aluminum foil, this side, and then there's this side, right? So if you use this side, this is kind of like almost like a non-stick side. So if you're using aluminum foil and you're worried about if it's going to stick or not, you know, depending on what you're cooking, always use a side that's very bland, like this.
Like cloudy looking?
Like cloudy looking, yeah. So what I'm gonna, so he just sprayed that for me. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna still put this in here as well. And this is what I wanna show you guys. So it's gonna be like this, and it's gonna go in the oven. So when it comes out, I just have to lift it.
It's actually not a bad idea. I didn't think about that. Do you need me to spray that too? But no, because it's already...
I mean, you can a little bit. Just, I'd rather be safe than run into a situation where you can't take it out. All right, I'm going to mix this right now. Depois manda receita, quero muito fazer. Tá bom, eu mando daí. All right, let me just mix this.
All right, and then...
So I can show everybody.
This is so weird, like, seeing it when it's done. If you're doing a traditional meatloaf, what do you typically put in that?
So traditional meatloaf, you use the onion, you saute the onions as well. You use your ground meat. You want chuck, which is like the best. And then you use an egg, you use panko crumbs, and then you can put whatever else you want in there. And then you would use I use ketchup and barbecue sauce as well. All right. So I want to just show everybody kind of, if you could just grab it, yeah.
Here, you need the water?
No, that's fine because I'm going to have to pack it in there anyway. So it kind of looks like that.
That's kind of what it looks like.
So if you can bring the little pan over for me.
Yeah.
And just put it right there, and then I'll just place it in here while I, So you're going to kind of just take, I'm going to just show them this. So you're going to kind of just take like pieces like you would if you were making a regular traditional meatloaf, and you're just going to put it in the baking pan.
Or
the loaf pan, excuse me.
We did order a tripod for the camera to see how that'll work out.
Yeah.
So if it does, you know, we'll be able to have better views and be able to get the cameras in here.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys what this is going to look like. Can you get the brush for me out of there? And then, of course, I'm going to have the recipe and pictures up as well.
crushed Ritz crackers in meatloaf.
Yeah, you could totally do that too. Where did I use Ritz crackers and what before that was really good? I don't remember now.
I don't remember. But you did. I can't keep track of everything that you make. But.
All right. Ritz crackers are just good pretty much in everything because they're like buttery and everything.
Oh, look at that.
All right, so let me just wash this. Hold on, just so I can show them before we...
Okay.
And the nice thing with this is you don't have to worry about like the eggs and stuff like that with this one. So, just like that. And then, so you're going to put it in the oven. You're going to preheat the oven at 375. And you're going to bake it for like 45 minutes to an hour. Depending on your oven. You know, some ovens are a little stronger than others. And now we're just going to brush the remaining ketchup and barbecue sauce on top. So see how it glides on pretty smoothly? Now,
could you put this on the bottom of the pan too?
What, this?
Yeah. Or would that make it stick more?
I mean, you can. I don't think I would recommend it because there's no fat in this.
Oh, right.
You know, when you're cooking a meatloaf, there's fat juices coming from the meat. There's pretty much no fat in this. I would keep putting a little more. So I would say keep a little reserved, and then maybe halfway through, I would put a little more.
Again?
Yeah, brush it again just to give it a nice coat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And that's it.
All right, and then how long you put this in the oven for?
I just said that. It's
okay, I wasn't paying attention.
375 for about 45 minutes to an hour. But you can actually prep this the night before and keep it in the fridge, and it'll be fine. So right now I'm just going to wait because we're not going to put this in the oven until later. I figured I'd come on just to show you guys how easy that is to make.
Are you covering it when you put it in?
No.
You're just leaving it open?
Just leaving it open. Yep.
So the side's really just... The size of the foil is just for the handle so you can grab it.
Exactly. So the side of the foils I like just because it's going to make it easier for me to lift it out. If I had parchment paper, that's what I would use. I ran out of parchment paper, but that's the best thing to use is parchment paper. So that's it.
So
that was really easy. If you have any questions, just let me know. And I will have the recipe up with pictures and stuff later on today.
Time for a beer?
Not yet. I'm not drinking beer. I'm probably gonna.
You're having wine.
I have white wine.
I'm doing beer today.
All right, guys.
All right.
See you later.
Have a good